as an instructional designer currently, and yeah, I think that's it. And I like to read my free time. You can see my shelf right here.
Pretty good, pretty good. I can see the books. And you, Jaciara, let me know more about you.
Well, um, I'm just Sarah. I'm 31 years old. I live in Natal, Rio Grande do Norte, and I'm transitioning to UX writing in the moment. But I'm also a writer. I write science fiction and fantasy. And I live with my family, my mom and my sister, and I also have a cat. And I also like to read. I read a lot in my Kindle and I read a lot of physical books. But they currently all stacked up because I just moved into this apartment. So, and I'm here and talk to just learn more languages and just connect with more people and just keep on learning forever because that's my goal. I don't want to stop ever learning and ever just talking to people about what I want to do. That's it.
Pretty good, pretty good. I feel you. I want to study until I die. This is my dream. And good background. Pedrito, let me know about you.
About that, we're always learning something. Uh, my name is Pedrito Souza. I'm 36 years old. I live in Santa Maria, Rio Grande do Sul, and I'm a DevOps engineer, work with IT my entire career. And my free time, I like to take some courses, learn new things, new techs, and enjoy most part with my family, my daughter. She's 9 years old, and I'm here in Talk since June this year to improve my speaking English.
Good, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Ricardo, your turn. Are you there? Can you listen me? Yeah. I I can't hear you. I don't know if you are speaking, but I can't hear you. I don't know, Ricardo. I don't know what is happening, but I can't hear you. Please.
That's better now?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Now it's good.
Sorry, guys. Well, I hope that you have a wonderful day and week. My name is Ricardo. I live at São Vicente, is small city of São Paulo State, South Coast. São Vicente is the first city of Brazil. I'm married. I have a daughter. And yeah, I stood, but I don't know. Sometimes it's hard, or not sometimes. For me, it's always hard to study. Yeah, it should, but it's very difficult.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And about me, my name is Epaminondas Sá. I'm from Brasilia, 30 years old. I am nutritionist. I work as a nutritionist and personal training. I'm here on TNT since a lot of years. Um, and yeah, I love to read books. I love to camp and waste my time on YouTube watching React videos. So this is my hobby. Guys, so we have, as I said before, we have a lot of people here in the main room. I will talk less and let you talk more. But please, I want to ask for you all to manage your time to let everybody talk a little bit. Okay? So let's start the number one. How do you think words can affect our emotions and feelings? So the topic is the power of words. So let me know what do you think about this kind of thing. Words affecting emotions and feelings. Yeah, I'll start from you.
I think the words can affect a lot if you, mostly if you have a sensitive topic or something like that. As people say now, the trigger. And I think that they have power to make us feel good or feel bad. Now for me, I think now I try to separate more these things because I try to think that if what a person is saying to me is really relevant to me or says more about them than to me, because sometimes a person can be very mean to you, but it only it only shows about them, not about us. So I think, yeah, and I think that that's something that it comes to when you are more mature, because I don't know, when you are a teenager, for example, you absorb everything and everything is a huge thing. And I think that when we are more mature, we can make this separation. But of course, words can affect a lot, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Nature helps a lot, but even in an adult life, so it's so hard to manage this kind of thing sometimes, as you said about triggers, so
Yes, and I
hard.
think that is something that even if you are mature and you can elaborate a thinking like that, it's something that only comes later, at least for me. I always think about when someone says something that it's not that important, but it was mean for me. I always think about that later. Oh, that was really about me, or tells more about the other person.
Exactly, important filter. Ricardo, let me know what you think about this topic.
Ah, well, it's uh, it's necessary grow up, but the process is hard. So sometimes, yeah, I believe that the words can affect us, but for the other hand, depends on the own person. For example, if you someone tell some words for you, it's not necessarily true. So I you could choose if you assume this information or not. It's not exactly a easy process, but uh, it's a possibility to choose or not choose, but refuse this information. Oh, you are is born, or I don't know, something like that, and you just ignore it and continue. That's it.
Yeah, for sure. It's so important to filter these kind of things. Jaciara, and you, let me know.
I think someone would say that words are like arrows. Once you release them, you can get them back. So I think we must choose our words carefully because words also carry energy. When you put energy in your words, they can really affect people and vice versa. And I think that that's basically the principle of a conversation, of a debate. And I think it can really affect the way people will see you, the way people see themselves. But as Iago said, some things also said more about people themselves than about you, because the way they speak, the way they talk about you may tell more about the way they see the world, the way they see other people, the way they see you. I think that's basically it. Sometimes we project onto people some things that are basically ours. I think that's it.
Yeah, perfect. From my perspective, everything is just a perspective from some people. So it's hard to talk about what is really true. So normally everybody sees something in different ways, different sides. Yeah, important, important. Pedrito, and you about the number one?
Certainly, maybe sometimes directly or indirectly, and I'm really think the power that words possess. Sometimes I don't know remains in our unconscious, and we we don't realize it. Just this not affect me, but in in our unconscious, this can be there and can reflect sometimes in some actions, and we don't perceive that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And everybody here agree that yes, words can affect us, but we have two sides, in a good way and a bad way. So normally we think about the bad way, but let's think about the good way as well. So the number two, can you share a time when someone's words made you feel happy or sad? What happened? Let's remember some specific part of your life, some specific point that someone's words affect you in a good way or in a bad way. Let me know. Um, Ricardo, I'll start from you. Let me know if you have some case to share.
Uh, uh, it's I don't know. I
It's
believe
hard to
that
remember.
maybe. Uh, well, I believe that this situation uh, it's continuing along of your life. Sometimes, for example, if you are just a kid and you are full kid, and this kind of situation uh, became you a sad became sad feeling on your heart, something. And yeah, after some while, if you, for example, when became a teenager and the same words don't bring the same feeling, and after that, this kind of situation is so uh, poor, and the I don't know, and this kind of situation, oh, you think, oh, when I was a kid, is I'm so chilly person, I don't know, and the but essentially it's the same for another words. Suddenly, a person tell a lot of things about you, and suddenly you decide you assume this situation as true. Sometimes it's true on this moment, but it's not true for all life. For example, oh, you don't have enough knowledge to conclude a task. So, oh, I used to say I'm a work in progress, and yeah, this kind of situation don't avoid that I'm a feel sad, certainly. I used to drop and get up every day, so that's the the consequence of you becoming older. You during our all of life, you could feel happy for the same reasons, uh, and you became sad too, even. So that's sometimes is weird. And suddenly you, I don't know, you go a show or TV show, you could laugh for a joke, but when this same situation is on your direction, you feel the different way. So you became more mature, and unfortunately or not, it's not possible to avoid. This process is continuing for all life, and someday, I don't know, you became elderly people, maybe you could feel more strong. I believe that's it.
Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you for sharing. Iago, and you, let me know about number two.
I think that I I remember a sad moment, something that happened that made me sad, but I won't share it because you asked for something nice. But when I was a teacher, I always liked when students came to me and said that my classes were good. And that was something that I always discuss with other colleagues, because when you are a teacher, you receive a good feedback, it's something good. But I always thought, oh, I think I just I don't know how to say it, but it's just something that is massageando meu ego, because of course that motivated me to improve my classes. But yeah, I think that was something that always made me happy when I was a teacher. Um, yeah.
Good, good, good feeling. I remember some specific day that I worked in class as a teacher as well. So, and my student said me, teacher, I want to study physical education because of you. So this kind of feeling is so nice to listen and to feel. So it's interesting the power of words.
Yes.
Um, good remember. Jaciara, let me know. What are you?
I did remember something nice, but I kind of remember something because someone mentioned childhood, because I remember something that happened related to my writing position. And I remember writing some kind of story. I think it was a horror story. I don't know why I wrote horror story back then. I was really young, so I went to show my mom, and she did really like it. My mom doesn't really enjoy this kind of things, so I kind of never wrote horror again. I went to write other genres and other kind of things. I think maybe if her words were positive, maybe I would kept writing. I don't know. I just remember this moment, and I wanted to share it.
Thank you for sharing. Pedrito, your turn.
Education career. I remember I started using a model for my resume, for example. Uh, uh, so futuristic, I think. and is completely different of the normally resumes, and I don't get the feedbacks for my application. So I'm decided to redesign this using even for the ATS for now, redesign it and use a simple one and uh, restructure all the content using different words with the same content. And for even now, I receive a lot of compliments about this, about my resume, and uh, with the LinkedIn as well. And I'm always glad with it and with books with better words, and I think is it a good words I receive about my resume and my LinkedIn.
Very good. Very good. So it's interesting to think the power of words and how this kind of thing um, affect us. So the number three is, why do you think positive self-talks is important for our mental health? First of all, you think that positive self-talks is important for your mental health? If yes, let me know why. Um, Jaciara, let me know.
Well, I think it's the most important thing you can do for yourself is to talk to yourself nicely, because if you can talk to yourself nicely, how you can talk to others nicely. And I think it's the basic stance you can do for yourself. The basic thing you can do for yourself is to treat yourself well, because if you keep throwing bad words at yourself, either mentally or speaking in a manner that is very evil and very negative to yourself, you internalize these things, then you become a habit. So of course it is a good thing to do to yourself. You need to bring positive words into your life until it becomes a habit. So I think it's a very important thing to your mental health. And many people don't do that. Many people are used to keep talk to yourself to themselves badly, and think that and they think that it's some kind of funny way, it's some kind of weird thing, some kind of cheating thing to do. And I don't think it's a nice thing to do. That's it.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you. Pedrito, let me know.
I believe if you always talking using negative sentence and negative words, you just minimize yourself and your thoughts, and this can reflect directly to your productivity and your well-being, uh, and just remain that always I don't get it. It's so difficult. I don't know how to start this. You just can modify that, and if you try it, you can certainly you will accomplish that. And oh, with using better words and better thoughts, just the opposite. I think is much important for our mental health.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. Iago, what do you think about?
Yeah, I think that it's important because usually I think that almost everybody is more intent to think bad about themselves. I think that everyone goes through it because it's easier to have bad thoughts about you and about the things that you do than be nice to you. So I think that, and it's an effort that we have to do to think positive and to be nice to ourselves because we have limitations, we have things that it's hard for us to understand, to do. Everyone has some difficulty, I believe. So when we are nice to us, it's better when we understand that and we understand our limits. And that's not in a way to give up on something, but to respect your time, to do things, to learn things. I think that's important. And I think that's something that we only learn with time and therapy. At least for me, therapy was something that it helps to be more positive because usually I can be very negative about things and about myself. So with therapy, I it helped a lot. And something that I tried for a while when I was going through something that my self-esteem was not that good, I tried journaling, and at the end of the things that I was writing, I always did something like three things good today and three things good about me. And I always try to, and the things that I write about myself that were good about me, I always try to write different things so I couldn't repeat the thing that I wrote yesterday, so I can practice and to see myself in a good way and not be the negative to or negative or mean about me.
I really appreciate this kind of action. So journaling helped me a lot about other things, but about me and about my life in general. So I really appreciate to write down my feelings and the things inside my mind. I think it helped so much. So it helped a lot. Interesting and very good. Very good. It's a kind of tip as well. Ricardo, your turn.
Uh, I'm sorry, guys. I received a phone call. We talk about question number three.
No problem. Yeah. Question
Sure.
number 3.
Yeah. Uh, hmm. I believe that you have to do all of the necessary to keep your health uh, the best as possible. Uh, and do therapy, do exercises, hobbies. Sometimes it's uh, some attitude, according to scientists, for example, religious or any kind of this thing, could bring us improves too. So it's a little weird sometimes. Né? Uh, I use it to talk with me sometimes, but I believe that is therapy or this kind of situation is more recommended, I believe. But I don't know. Sometimes it's a kind of mantra or as Brazilians say superstição or not superstição. I forgot the name. I forgot. I in Portuguese. Well, I don't know. I don't remember the name in Portuguese. Simpatia, né? So it's a kind of uh, tool, and if you fit for you, it's cause some reflects, improved some way. Okay, go ahead. Uh, I believe, as I told, sometimes is people became so nervous about a problem and they do a lot of things, waste money in some cases for fake doctors or I don't know some drugs and other stuff that sometimes is so painful uh, in your heart that the people use any kind of situation, drugs, sometimes alcohol, sometimes food, sometimes I don't know. It's so difficult in certain situations. So that's yeah. When you talk about uh, some people, addicted person, for example, I feel I don't use drugs. I never use drugs in my life. But for example, I can understand these people because sometimes it's so hard and suddenly people use alcohol or another stuffs and suddenly you became better. So uh, in the another opportunity, the people use the same tool, the same situation. In this suddenly, this person became addicted. So, or even want to talk about people homeless. Sometimes you pay attention on this person, and sometimes it's so hard, so difficult live in a house, working, other stuff, and so sometimes the people prefer live on the streets. Don't have comfortable, but is sometimes is better in your heart becomes I don't know this person is different is another kind of difficult. The person have to request help in on the streets, food and other stuff, but in the another way, this person have is better for this person. I prefer don't have it comfortable, live on the streets, fight for food, than have a regular life, working, other stuff. That's it, guys.
Thank you, Ricardo. Uh, Pedrito, have you answered? I don't remember. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So I will skip the number 4 and let's answer the number 5. Okay. In what ways can we change our negative self-talks into positive self-talks? Yeah, I'm gonna start from you because you was talking about this kind of thing. So let's start answer this question number 5, please.
Yes, I think that you need to try to be really aware of your thoughts, because I don't know, when something is happening and you only have bad thoughts about yourself and you only being mean about you, you have to be um very aware of that, because that's something that it comes really fast, this kind of thinking. So for me, something that it helps is to sit down. That's something that I not doing very often, but I know that it helps because I did it, you know. But sit down, write down your thoughts, and analyze if makes sense to you. If something that you are thinking that it's gonna be really bad, or you're just being mean with you because of some situation, because of something that you can't do. You need to be aware. And when when I did this in a few times, I always realized that, oh, this thinking that I'm having about myself or this situation that happened to me doesn't make any sense to me. Why am I being mean to me? Why am I thinking bad about this situation? It doesn't make sense. You realize that it doesn't make sense when you do that. And when I have this thinking, that's something that I always try to do. Write down and analyze if really makes sense. Because oh, you can try to do that in your head. But I think that when you write, you only focused on that, because if you try to think nicer, and you only try it this, sometimes the thinking can go very fast to bad again, to think bad again. So I think that sit down and write is helpful because you only focused on the writing. I don't know, but someone said to me once that when you are writing, you cannot think about other things really well because you only focused on that. I don't know if Jaciara, she's a writer, she's creative about writing. I don't know if that happens to her. But when you focus on that, you only think about that and you will analyze your behavior that you're having with you. And that's something that, oh, that doesn't make sense. And you change your thinking really fast when you do that.
Yeah, yeah, I really like this kind of thing because I think it's important to live in the present. So when I'm write down my feelings, my thoughts, I'm here, I'm conscious. And when I questionate this kind of thoughts, I can think in a rational way. So I think it's important to questionate our thoughts because normally, at least for me, when I questionate my thoughts, I realize that the most part of my thoughts doesn't make sense. So if I believe in our thoughts inside my mind, I would be crazy. So I really like this kind of thing and write down my feelings, my thoughts, and oh, maybe it's not it doesn't make sense. Maybe it doesn't work in this way. So important for me. It's so important, this kind of thing. But Jaciara, let me know what you think about.
Well, it's question number 5, right? Uh, when you are especially young, being mean to yourself is sort of a revolutionary act. Feels like that way. That being mean to yourself is some kind of act that you put to fight against the world. And when you get older, you realize that treating yourself better is the real self care, is the real revolutionary act. And when it's exactly like that. When you write down whatever you feel, whatever you it's going through your head, you give space to whatever you're feeling to calm down and just flow through your head and just flow through through your words and just become one thing instead of multiple things like feelings and thoughts and hurtful thoughts. And so I think it's basically uh, it's basically how you can change a negative self-talk to a positive self-talk. I think that's it.
Pretty good, pretty good. Thank you. Pedrito, your turn.
Yes, I believe we need to be grateful about all things we need, and maybe we don't realize that. And a way, like I said before, if you have negative thoughts and talk yourself with negative words, using negative words, you just can change that for the opposite. I don't get it. No, I get it. I can start this and figure out how can I solve this. Just doing this, you can improve a lot. And uh, our thoughts, I believe, is like a magnetic thing. If you think negative, you attract negative things. And this uh, occurs a lot. And if you just change your thoughts like this, you can improve it and uh, get a excellent way to be better and with yourself.
Thank you. Guys, I will skip for some questions. I will skip for the number 9. Number 9. Have you ever believed something about yourself because of what someone else said? How did it affect you? Um, Interesting question. Let's think about this. Jaciara, I'll start from you, please.
It's like I said, when we are young, we tend to believe many things that are not true because people, especially our age, say about us that we are not intelligent, that we're not smart, that we are not beautiful, that we have to follow certain beauty standards to fit in society, and we kind of internalize these things whether you like it or not because we are young and yeah, we don't have we usually don't have the knowledge to go through life to discern these things and have a better discernment about what is right, what is. So I think it might have affected the way I thought about myself, the way I didn't like myself back then, and the way I viewed myself pretty badly when I was younger, especially as a teenager, and the way I talked badly about myself, and the way it took me years to undo this kind of things. It's a process to undo this negative there's negative thoughts and there's negative words in your head. It's a process. You don't undo this in a day. You have to do the work. You have to do the journaling. You have to do the therapy. You have to do the things that we get to you to a positive talk in your head, a positive talk to others, and that's basically it.
Thank you for sharing. Pedrito, let me know about the number 9.
Normally, I don't have it. I don't believe which some people uh, say something about me. I I always uh, uh, think about, but I try to prove the contrary. The other these people is wrong, and I think uh, is about self-esteem is very important this, and if you can be affected to something like this, you just go down and it's not better.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Iago, please.
I think for me, being really specific, I think for me was when I was a teenager, I had to do a lot of diets because I have a problem with my cholesterol. So I always associate this thinking that, oh, if my levels are high, I need to get skinny, and if I gain some weight, my levels will be very bad. For unfortunately for me, that was it because every time that I gained some weight, my cholesterol levels was really bad, and so I didn't see myself so nice with my body. There was sometimes that I didn't even recognize myself. There was a time when I was 14 or 15, I think, that I had, that I went to this professional, and she said to me that I had to lose 10, 10, 10 kilos, and then I did it, but I didn't see myself on that because I was only 75. That was really weird for me because I was really skinny for me. And that was a process that I went through my whole teenage years, and I think that I make peace with my body only maybe like 5 years ago, that okay, that's the body that I have. I think I'm okay with that. I still need to be very aware of my cholesterol levels. Now I have 20, I am 28. So the last 2 years I have this doctor, and we were monitoring, and I I try to always eat healthy. I exercise every day, and it's still I that's something that I didn't change. And with this doctor, we understand that, oh, that's, you're doing what you can do, you're doing enough, you already eating health, you already exercising. So that's something that it's your in your genetics, and it is because my father's family all have this and heart problems, and now I'm on medication with no time to stop because we tried that twice, and when my levels was okay. So now and they were high without a reason, you know. So now I'm on medication to my cholesterol, and I have no time to stop now. But now I'm okay with my body. I'm being kind with myself.
Important. So, so, so important. Guys, I don't know if you have time for other, but just one. Just one. So, so few words. Um, why, the last one. Why it's important to be mindful of the words we use in our everyday conversation. Why, from your perspective, to finish this immersion. Jaciara, please.
I think it's basically because words have power. Words can change the way a person have a better or good day. And basically because, as I said, words have energy. And when you said something, you pass energy on someone. So that's basically it.
Thank you. Pedrito, the last one, please.
Yes, like Josiara said, the words is like arrows, and even you apologize after this is not can be undone, and the the person will will getting a conversation is affect is affected, and just you can just lead with this. It's very important to not just so to be polite, but respectful is very important, and to getting respect as well.
Very, very good. And you, Iago, what do you think about?
Yeah, I agree with Jaciara and Pedrito. I think that something that we say to other person can change the whole day of the other person. So we need to be aware of the things that we are saying, mostly if know the person that we are talking and you know that it's something sensitive, some sensitive topic, you need to be aware of what you are saying, the jokes that you are making, and of course, not every time we do that because our thoughts are very fast, and but we have to try. For me, I'm a very quiet person. I'm usually overthinking things every time. So sometimes that's something that it came naturally for me because I'm already thinking a lot about it. So, but yeah, we have to try to be aware of the things that we said because it can hurt people, or it can make a person's day better.
Yeah, and hurt ourselves as well. So it's important about our self-talk. Guys, our immersion is running out, so please click on this link and let me know what you think about this immersion, your opinion. Feel free to suggest some topics because it's hard to think one topic every single week for the years. So please, if you have some topic to suggest, feel free to do that. And just to finish, thank you so much, Jaciara, Iago, Pedrito, especially Jaciara and Iago, because it's your first time with me. You are more than invited for other immersions with me in this same day, same time, and it was a pleasure. Thank you so much. Drink water, be kind with yourselves, and